Bonjour. We're just going to talk a little bit about Module 10, which is called Quand j'étais petit, when I was little. So here I have a little suitcase, ma valise de quand j'étais petite, my suitcase from when I was little. So we're going to be learning a new verb tense called the imparfait, or the imperfect in English. We have already learned the passé composé. We use that to talk about some past tense events. And now we're going to learn the imparfait, which is another past tense, and they're often used together in different ways. So this week we're going to be focusing simply on learning how to conjugate verbs in the imparfait, getting used to reading them. What do those sentences mean when I see those? We're going to create sentences talking about things we used to do when we were little using this verb tense. And then next week in Module 11, we will talk about how each of these verb tenses, the passé composé and the imparfait, are used together to create a really interesting story in the past tense. And building on that, in Module 12, we are going to get to read some of my very favorite stories to read with French students. So I'm really excited about that. So there will be sort of lots of building up towards each module, they always build on each other, but these next few modules are really going to build on top of each other, and you'll hopefully have a lot of fun with it. So this week, one of the interesting things you're going to do is create a video project for us about things that you used to do when you were little and share it with the class. We are also going to do a little project where I'm going to have you make a silly sentence, a little mnemonic device or a memory aid to help you remember when to use imparfait verbs. And we're going to have a little contest, and the class is going to vote on their top three silly sentences, and the students who get the most votes, those top three students, will earn extra credit on that assignment. Um, Also, this week, some students may be taking the ACT. So, and it's also our first week back from spring break. So, with that in mind, I have some required assignments for the week, but then I also have a few extra credit assignments. And so, if you are taking the ACT or you're just really struggling to get back in the routine after having a week off, you can skip those assignments, the extra credit ones, and just don't worry about it. But if you have some extra time, you're not taking the ACT right now, or you just really want to earn some extra credit in French, you can do those. Those will give you extra practice from the topics and verbs that we are covering this week. So those are going to be optional, and they're labeled extra credit. So if they're labeled extra credit, they're optional. Anything else I need you to do. As always, please get in touch with me if you need help with anything. As we learn more and more verbs, tenses, as we get into different types of projects and things, you might just have questions. And remember, it's my job to answer those. One of the best parts of my day is hearing from my students. So, um, another thing you're going to do this week for me is write some sentences with those imperfect verbs to talk about a picture of yourself. So some students like to send me a rough draft of their essays when they write them. They just send it to me through Google Docs. If you make it so that I can edit, I can leave you comments of how to fix things. And then before you know it, you've got a perfect paragraph and you earn a perfect score on that assignment. So don't hesitate to let me know if there's something I can do to help. Okay, so I think I've sort of mentioned three of our big assignments for this week. There's other little things to help you practice some fun songs and a fun little YouTube video that I love. But other than that, I think I've kind of covered it. So have a great day, have a great week, and get in touch with me if you need me.